And here we are live from Montreal, Elastic Games Studios. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first East Side Assembly for last year, the Nightmare. For those who haven't had a chance of checking our updates on Facebook and Twitter, and as well as our Kickstarter page, my name is Jay Acevedo, and I'm the head of brand and communications at Elastic Games for last year, the Nightmare. So thanks again. I know that it was kind of a last minute, but it's also a little surprise because this is the first time that we're basically talking to you, community folks, since our reboot of communications a couple of weeks back. And as you know, we're going to PAX this week, so we're actually leaving tomorrow for Boston. And the team and myself are very excited to show the game for the first time to the Boston PAX East audience, and also eventually sharing more details for those who have not attended the show. So first and foremost, I would like to thank you all for showing patience. Also, I know that it's been rocky, but we're more than excited to not just reboot our communications, but also give a proper announcement in terms of what our game is, and basically start the road to launch, which is right now set for this summer, 2018. That was kind of the little introduction. Reminder, obviously, our social media will be kickstart again. So we already rebooted our Twitter and Facebook page. I know that some people have asked, why are you doing a Facebook live instead of Twitch? Well, it's because we're not quite ready for Twitch yet. So, but that is coming. So our Twitch page does exist now. It's twitch.tv/lastyeargame. So there's not a lot of activity there right now, but in the next couple of weeks, we'll make sure to come back to you guys through Twitch. And obviously after that, as we get closer to launch, we'll be launching our official Discord channel from Elastic Games. So there's also an announcement that will be coming soon once we're ready for that. But for now, in order to keep things streamlined and easy for us to manage, Twitter and Facebook are going to be, as mentioned a couple of weeks before, our main channels of communications until we get more to share, because right now we are hard at work on bringing a first playable version of last year, the Nightmare, to PAX. So for those who are attending the show, it starts on Thursday at the Boston Convention Center for 4 days. We'll be there. Most of the team will be there anyways, and the game will be playable. We receive hundreds of questions in terms of what is going to be shown at the show. So, well, first of all, we're not releasing any type of gameplay, trailers, or any type of visual assets for now. We wanted to basically focus on wrapping up our first playable build and bring it to the event. So to those who are attending the show, come say hi, booth number 21097. And yeah, we'll be there for 4 days, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions there, discuss with you, and gather your first impressions in terms of how the game holds up for the event. So maybe a couple of details in terms of how it's going to work. So as you guys know, it's a 6-player online horror game. So that hasn't changed. And you're basically playing 5 people, in this case 5 high schoolers from Eastside High School in Forest Hills, against supernatural killers. So for the purpose of the PAX build, basically consumers will be playing as the high schoolers, and our dev teams will be playing as the killers. So why we're doing this? Basically because being a killer, it's really a key component of our gameplay mechanics, but also our universe. So we want to make sure that you guys are taking basically the first step as high schoolers, which is basically knowing your surroundings, surviving as a team, crafting items, and basically outwit the killer. And we also wanted to make something fun for the event. If you manage to beat the devs and escape the map, you'll be granted an entry for a contest on site. So more details on that from the show floor when it launches, when it starts on Thursday. But yeah, we wanted to give an opportunity also to people to get acquainted on how playing as a survivors work, what are the things that you can do, the different classes, how do they act. It's a cooperative game, so you have to work not just your communication skills within the gameplay mechanics, but also what each class has to offer based on your strategies that you would like to do. And obviously, there are objectives that you can reach to before having the opportunity to escape the high school. So we're super excited to gather that feedback to see how you guys find it out. And no worries, once the show is over and we have collected something, we'll have more details and more information to share. Among some of the questions that we received so far are basically the backend system, betas, launch date, etc. So part of the reason why we are doing a Facebook Live today is to basically give you guys that information ahead, so then we can move on onto our marketing plan. So the first question basically that we keep receiving is, will Lastic Games reopen the backing system for anybody who would like to back again the game? Well, we are not opening the backing period simply because we are in the phases of launching the game in the next couple of months. So fear not, there's going to be some opportunities outside of PAX East to try the game, including street um, sorry, stress testing servers, and options that will be available eventually closer to launch. So once we have more details to share on how those mechanics work, we'll share them with you guys. Obviously, for us being an online game, we need to make sure that everything is working offline perfectly in order for us to deploy the online infrastructures. So more details on that. So yes, we're not closing the backing. However, I know that there are some eager fans out there that are more than happy to get access to these stress tests periods. So that will happen eventually in the next couple of weeks. We should launch our Steam page where you'll be able to pre-order the game from there as well. So, and part of the pre-order access is to give access to those who may have missed these backer things in order for testing the game closer to launch. And yes, you keep hearing backers and backing. This game was a Kickstarter at the beginning. So we do have an early access community that it's present, that exists. So we'll make sure to honor that as part of our stress test period strategy. And that's also closer to launch. So yeah, for now, that's pretty much what we are looking to share from the launch roadmap perspective. And I know that you may have several other questions moving forward. Maybe go back a little bit to PAX East in terms of how does it work. So there's not going to be specific presentations or streams from the show floor. We would like to concentrate on gathering as much feedback as possible, test the build to make sure that it works so we can come back to Montreal next week and basically continue development work on the game. Are they going to be streamers coming to our booth and broadcasting the game? That is also not part of our plans right now. We do have several eager streamers that will come and test the game as anybody else, which also we appreciate you guys taking the time of doing that. But yeah, fear not, there's nothing really exclusive that will be coming out of that event. We do want to give an opportunity to PAX East goers an opportunity to test the games. If you're a backer, if you're a fan, if you're around the Boston area this weekend, come to the show. If you have tickets, let us know ahead of time on our social media, and then we'll make sure that you guys have an opportunity to test the game out. Once the show is over, we'll make sure to give you some updates. Obviously, our social media channels are going to be the main place where you get the official information. After that, like I said, the Twitch channel will be reopened, as well as our official Discord server from Elastic Games, where you'll be able to also not just interact with us and ask questions, but get more information on how the pre-order program is going to be rolled out, or stress testing periods, our launch roadmap also, and officially our official release date, which right now it's for summer 2018. And I know that some of you guys have had much fun at our expense on social media, wondering what actually summer of 2018 means. But fear not, usually back to school, it's end of August, early September. So around those areas, I'm sure that we'll be able to update with you guys that information pretty soon. So that's pretty much what we have so far for you. I know that it's not a long stream, but we wanted to basically address some of these questions before we head out to PAX. And like I said, for us and the entire team at Elastic Games, it's an important, I would say, an important step towards launching this product that has been a really a passion project for everybody. I know that I've just joined a couple of weeks ago, but from what I've seen so far, from what I've read, we have an amazing community already, very engaging, eager to try the game. The guys here are incredibly talented, motivated to not just bring the game to you guys, but also to continue to work on it and support it. So we have several ideas, we have several wishes that we'd like to accomplish with this game, and it all starts by launching the game in the summer, but also all of other marketing pulse points that we have planned in the next couple of weeks and months. So without further ado, I'm going to go to the chat window to see if some of you guys may have some questions. I'm sorry, I don't speak Russian. I don't read Russian or any, because I just saw Russian, so I can't really answer to you. Apologies. But I'm just gonna go and run quickly on how much the game will cost. Again, we haven't really shared any information on that, but once we have launched our pre-order program, you'll get that information for sure. So until now, I would say keep posted on our channels. We'll update you for sure. We are aware that it's a cooperative game, that it's a game that it's really ingrained within social gameplay. You want to play with your friends. We are a small studio. I mean, there's a bunch of things that we need to take into consideration, but we are very much looking forward to share that pricing when the time comes. Show us some gameplay, dude, please. Well, that's not going to happen right now, but rest assured we are working towards showcasing some gameplay. And if you are at PAX East and you see our booth, come say hi, play the game. That's basically the best way for you to experience Last Year the Nightmare before we unveil more assets, including some cool gameplay. And from what I can tell you is that we were having so much fun here internally at the studio playing the game. So we are very much looking forward to see those first reactions coming on for PAX. Early access, like I said, there's no such thing as early access now, but we are looking to do some stress test periods closer to launch that will be part of our marketing deployment from now until our release date. So more details on that. Keep up the hard work. Well, yes, thank you. It's definitely really appreciated to see those comments coming on. I mean, I know the history of the game. You guys have been waiting for this game for the longest time. You have many ideas, you have suggestions and questions. But what I've noticed so far since I joined the team is really the positive words that we get, the excitement that we feel through your comments. So for that, we appreciate. Thank you very much. Back-in period, again, I think I mentioned it, we're not reopening any backings, but when the pre-order program starts, you'll definitely be able to put that money that you wanted to put on a game anyways, and obviously reap those rewards in terms of stress test access. Okay, there's a lot of gameplay questions. That's coming. We promise that it's coming. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. In between costs, back in periods and what have you, it seems like some of these questions have been answered. We are working to get this live stream available on our Facebook page again on VOD for those who may have missed it. And again, if you have questions, concerns, you can definitely hit us on Twitter, hit us right here on our Facebook page, and we'll make our best to answer them. And yeah, if you guys are at PAX, come say hi, come play. You will not be disappointed for sure. It's going to be a good time. And again, we are very much looking forward to the next stream, which, we don't have a specific date on when we're going to go back again with a stream, but rest assured that we are working hard towards that. So until then, thank you again to the Last Year Nightmare community. Good night.